My name is Martha Jenkins, and I'm 64 years old. For most of my life, I believed that love, patience, and sacrifice always come back to you one day. I raised my only son, Daniel, with every drop of love I had inside me. His father passed away when Daniel was just 8 years old, and from that day, my world changed. I had to become both his mother and his father. I worked 2 jobs just to pay for his school. I would skip dinner sometimes so he could eat well. I remember sitting by his bed every night, brushing his hair, whispering softly, "You'll make me proud someday, my boy." And he did. He grew up to be a fine man, smart, responsible, kind. He moved to New York, got a good job as a software engineer, and later married a lovely woman named Laura. They had a beautiful little girl named Emma. I thought I had done everything right as a mother. My son was happy, my granddaughter was healthy, and life felt complete. But as years passed, things began to change. The phone calls that used to come every weekend slowly turned into once a month. The long conversations became short texts. "Hey Mom, just checking in. Sorry, I'm busy, we'll call later." And sometimes that later never came. I didn't complain. I told myself that he had his own life now. I smiled through the loneliness, convincing myself that this was just how life worked when children grow up. But deep down, I missed him, my boy who used to run to me after school with stories and laughter. Then came that Mother's Day. I woke up early, feeling a little excitement in my heart. I baked Daniel's favorite cinnamon rolls, the ones he used to love when he was little. I even wore the blue sweater he bought me on my 50th birthday, though it was a bit tight now. I cleaned the living room, set the table, and waited. The phone didn't ring. Hours went by. I checked the clock again and again. Nothing. Maybe he's busy, I thought. Maybe he'll call in the evening. To distract myself, I opened Facebook, and that's when my heart broke a little. There it was, a post from Laura. "Happy Mother's Day to the best mom in the world." The picture showed Laura's mother holding baby Emma, smiling so beautifully. My hands began to tremble. I just stared at that photo for a long time. No mention of me, no message, nothing. My eyes filled with tears, but I didn't cry out loud. The cinnamon rolls turned cold, untouched on the table. The house felt emptier than ever before. I sat in silence, wondering if this was what all my sacrifices had come to, being forgotten by the very person I gave my whole life to. The next few days were heavy. I didn't call Daniel, I didn't text. I wanted to see if he would remember, if he would realize something was wrong. He didn't. The silence between us grew. I told myself, maybe it's better this way. Maybe I need to stop expecting so much. But the truth was, my heart ached. Every night I'd whisper to myself, "You're still his mom. Don't let the pain change that." Then, 3 weeks later, the phone rang. It was late in the evening. I almost didn't want to pick up, but when I saw Daniel's name, I answered. His voice was shaking. "Mom, I need you," he said. I could hear panic and fear in his tone. He told me Laura had been in a car accident and was recovering in the hospital. He needed someone to take care of Emma for a while. "Please, Mom, I don't know what to do." I didn't think twice. I packed a small bag that night and took the first morning bus to New York. When I reached his apartment, Emma ran to me the moment she saw me. "Grandma!" she shouted, wrapping her tiny arms around my legs. "Mommy's hurt. Will you stay with me?" I hugged her tight, feeling her heartbeat. In that moment, all the pain I had felt disappeared. I was a mother again, and now a grandmother with a purpose. The apartment was a mess. Daniel looked exhausted. When he saw me, he couldn't even meet my eyes. He just said, "Thank you for coming, Mom."
I smiled and said, "Go see Laura. I'll take care of things here." That night, after putting Emma to bed, I sat in the kitchen alone. Daniel came home late. He sat across from me, silent for a long time. Finally, he spoke. "Mom, I'm sorry. I know I messed up. I forgot to call you on Mother's Day. I saw your text weeks later, and I didn't know how to face you." I didn't say anything. I just looked at him, my grown-up son, ashamed, realizing something that took him too long to see. I finally said, "Daniel, you didn't just forget to call. You forgot who taught you to care in the first place." He lowered his head, his voice cracking. "I know, Mom. I was wrong." I reached across the table and held his hand. I said, "You're still my son, and I'll always come when you need me." We didn't speak much after that, but that silence felt different this time. It was healing. Days turned into weeks. I cooked meals, cleaned, helped Laura recover, and played with Emma every day. She would sit on my lap and ask endless questions. "Grandma, why is the sky blue? Why do birds fly?" Sometimes she'd just hold my face with her little hands and say, "I love you, Grandma." Those words filled all the empty spaces in my heart that Daniel's silence had once created. I realized then that love never really disappears. It just finds new ways to reach you. One morning, I was making breakfast when Daniel came in holding a small box. He looked nervous. "Mom," he said, "this is for you." I opened it slowly. Inside was a bracelet with tiny silver letters engraved. "To the woman who never stopped being my mother." My eyes filled with tears. I looked at him and said softly, "You didn't need to buy me anything, Daniel. You just needed to remember me." He smiled, and for the first time in years, I saw that little boy again, the one who used to run to me after school with chocolate on his face. Months passed. Laura fully recovered, and I went back home. Daniel started calling every week. Sometimes he and Emma would video call me just to show me what they cooked for dinner or what Emma drew in school. Every call ended with the same words, "Love you, Mom." And every time I heard that, a part of me healed a little more. When the next Mother's Day came around, I didn't expect anything. I had stopped expecting surprises long ago. That morning, I woke up early as usual, made my coffee, and sat by the window with my knitting. The sun was shining bright. I was content. Around noon, there was a knock at the door. I opened it, and there they were, Daniel, Laura, and little Emma standing on my porch, smiling from ear to ear. Daniel was holding a bouquet of flowers, Laura carried a cake, and Emma held a handmade card that said, "Happy Mother's Day, Grandma." My eyes filled with tears instantly. Daniel hugged me tightly and whispered, "I learned, Mom. I learned that love doesn't wait for special days." I held him close, feeling his heart against mine, and I said, "And I learned that a mother's love never gives up." We all sat together, laughed, shared stories, and ate the cinnamon rolls I had made again, this time warm and shared with love. That day, I realized something profound. Sometimes life doesn't punish you, it simply teaches you. My son had to lose a little piece to understand what he had taken for granted, and I had to feel forgotten to remember that love is not about being celebrated, it's about being there, even when no one notices. Because that's what mothers do. We love quietly, we forgive easily, and we wait patiently, believing that one day our children will understand. When they left that evening, Emma ran back to give me one last hug. "Grandma," she said, "when I grow up, I want to be like you." I smiled and whispered, "Then you'll make the world a kinder place." As I watched them drive away, I felt a deep peace I hadn't felt in years.